Okay, this video is for anyone that wants to know how to roll out spirals. And include them on their decorative coil pot. So I have my decorative coil pot here, and my next layer that I want to add is going to be those spirals. So what I did was I took a really long coil, I rolled it out nice and even, and then I cut even pieces from that coil. I cut the same length of pieces for about how long I think I need them for each of my swirls. And now what I'm going to do, each one of these is going to be one swirl. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to make my swirls. And so in order to make your swirls kind of line up nicely, they need to be, each coil needs to be tapered. And what that means is that it's thicker in the middle and gets thinner towards the ends, kind of like this one is doing. And so before I make my swirls, I'm going to go through and I'm going to taper each of these coils. And so the way to do that, just take it. I put my fingers on both sides and I just roll back and forth. I'm staying away from the middle because I want the middle to stay the same thickness. And I just want it to start to kind of thin out and come to a point on the ends. And so I want all of these to be as close in size and shape to each other as they can be. Try to get them as identical looking as possible, so that when I end up doing my swirls, they all come out and they are the same size and shape. So for me, I feel like it's easier and just more a better use of time to kind of get everything the same size and shape first, and then from there create all the swirls at once. So I've got all these going. You want to, especially when you're making swirls, you want to make sure that you have a lot of moisture in your coils because we have to bend them a lot. So that means they're more likely to crack. So let's go ahead and take these and start making them into swirls. So super easy. After you've got that tapered end, you're going to take it and just start to bend it. And again, got to be careful. If you start to notice that your coil is cracking, you're definitely going to want to add some water. Anytime I start to see cracks form, I try to rub over them right away. And there I've got my swirl. So you can see that these tapered ends help it to come together really nicely, and especially in the middle, it helps so that there's not a big gap. So I'm going to go through real quickly, roll all of these. Now you don't have to score or anything on the inside of this to keep them together because the weight of adding things on top is going to do that for us. And like we can see, they're pretty identical, which is what you want. You don't want to have one that's taller or shorter than the other, because then what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a layer of coils that has different heights. Looking good so far. So I'm going to continue doing this on all of mine. And in the next video, you will see how I attach these to my coil pot.